Hello and welcome to my dining room today. Last night I mentioned that music, like every other subject in a Charlotte Mason education, should be taught in a living way. And today I wanted to show a little bit more of how we do that. So the method that I use teaches solfege within the context of folk songs. I have had some people ask, this is what I mainly use as a guide, the Kodai method by Lois Chosky. And it is adapted for Americans, and you don't need to rush out and buy this book. I just thought I would let you know that this is what I'm basing what I do upon. And so, and I do believe his Kodai, who's the man who originated this method of teaching, is very much in harmony with Charlotte Mason's methods. And I'm always happy to discuss that with people who are interested, if you want to send me an email asking questions about that. But anyway, so one of the reasons that I think it harmonizes so well is that with this method, we begin by singing the whole song, and we experience the song artfully. And then after, we've immersed ourselves in the song, then we consider what we can learn from it. And much of what I'm doing is actually just bringing awareness to what the children are instinctively beginning to understand through their singing. And I just feel I should warn you, this is a very, very slow process. As Charlotte Mason said, it's a carefully graduated exercise. And it is meant to take place over 4 to 6 years. And it isn't necessarily good to rush that. It doesn't necessarily help the students to internalize to rush through it too quickly. So anyway, I thought I'd talk about the music notebooks that we're getting ready to do. And I don't actually introduce music notebooks until I think it's level C is I think where we are, and that's second grade-ish. And so, you don't want to put this kind of, tiny, intricate work upon a student that's too young. They need to be able to be writing pretty confidently, just with their copy work and things like that. So anyway, as I was saying, there are 4 steps. The first step is to hear the sounds in the context of their whole. And so that's within a song. Not just exercises that don't really make sense, but within a song. And the Kodai method uses folk songs exclusively. And so, those are going to be natural and simple songs that children can work with. And then the second thing is we reproduce what we're hearing with our voice. And then third is we learn how to read some music notated on a staff. And then fourth, finally, is we learn how to write. And I feel like I should kind of give you that little bit of background there, because with this little dictation lesson that I'm going to do, I'm sort of plopping you down in the middle where, your children would be after at least 2 years, probably even more like 3 years of building up knowledge. So, I'm trying to keep it simple, and we'll do the best we can here. Adjust my papers. Okay, so yesterday we did the button song, and that's just a fun little game for kids to play. But it, has that little call and response section where, we sing, who has the button, or do you have the button? And someone has to respond, I have the button. And that little tune, any child who has gotten through my level A is going to recognize pretty automatically. They're going to go, oh, that's a so, mi, la, so, mi song, because we just really work on that. And so the hand signs are so, mi, la, so, mi. And I didn't ask my children yesterday, but if I had said, what sounds do you hear when I sing, I have the button? They would say, oh, so, mi, la, so, mi. And so they're already hearing, they're already recognizing before we start trying to write something. Okay, another thing I feel like I should mention is this song, as written and as we're going to notate it, is in the key of F. And so if you are musical, you can have an idea of what that means. I have been singing it with you all mostly in the key of C. And I did that because, when I'm only working with adults, I know that most of you are not going to be comfortable singing very high. And in fact, where we've been singing might be a little uncomfortable for you. But, and children can still manage in the key of C, where we have been singing. But I feel I should warn you, children have soprano voices. And this is one of the main reasons that I have seen children unable to match pitch. And it is because adults that are singing with them are singing in their own comfortable range and not where children's voices have a comfortable range, singing much too low. And, the songs that they hear on the radio, even most children's folk song CDs are going to be pitched low for children. And children also have a difficult time matching pitch with a man's voice because it's an octave lower, it's on a totally different staff. And so that's just something to keep in mind. If you are singing with your children and, even like I've visited a lot of different places and heard in children's Bible classes when they're singing songs, most of the kids cannot match pitch. And it's because the teacher is leading songs very low and it's just out of their range.